completely destroyed. You have to actually buy the entire Uniside of the vehicle. I have this Chevy Malibu here. This one has the quarter panel completely destroyed. So this one's going to be getting a new panel. These, you have to actually buy the entire Uniside of the vehicle. They don't sell just a quarter panel separately. But luckily they make some sectioning procedures, so I could section this in right down here and right in this area. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this outer panel cut off, and then I will trim out my new section and start fitting it up. Now, unfortunately, somebody has replaced this bottom section before, and they didn't do the prettiest job. Coated all the inside with just undercoat, and it's still kind of wrinkled up some. It'll be a little extra trimming work down here and cleaning up, but luckily everything I'm doing is up high. So this quarter panel, they call for a 25mm overlap. So I have the new panel cut to where it sits right where this line is. However, in order to get it to sit flat, I gotta cut a couple notches in this at the 90-degree angles. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of slightly fold this in to where when I put the new piece on it, it's almost flat right across the top. And I will completely remove this section and this section right where it sits flat right there. So I have this quarter panel all fit together. Everything's fitting very nicely. My door gap looks good. Back here in the back, tail light and trunk lid both line up nice. So this one's ready to go on permanently. I'm gonna go ahead and lift everything back off, and it's gonna get some structural adhesive. It goes around here, and then this folds around the wheelhouse. And then it also gets some structural adhesive right here at this lip. I put these sheet metal screws in about five or six different spots around the panel. And I will use these as alignment holes. Whenever I put this panel back on, I'll put all these screws back in the same holes, and then I'll make sure the panel's sitting exactly where I have it. So I typically put a glaze coat across this wheelhouse area whenever these quarter panels fold around the wheelhouse there, because they typically get a little bit of choppiness in them, and that'll especially show, especially on a dark colored car. So I'm just gonna put a quick coat of glaze around this and knock it down, and it'll look perfect. Now when I primed this, I taped off all the areas where the window urethane goes, where they glue the glass in. And I'm gonna put down some epoxy primer I just mixed up. That's the way they want these prepped for the urethane. Obviously you won't see any of this, but that's the proper way to finish these areas. So this one gets a chip guard, which is this thick texture that goes across the bottom. Just helps prevent rocks from coming up and chipping the paint, and then it causes it to start rusting. So I'm gonna scuff this up, and then I'll tape it off right here, and I'll go ahead and apply that chip guard.